I think why we talk about this as an AI arms race, because you simply can't miss this version of the technological wave, whatever nation you are, whether it's as a government or for your citizens or for the suggestion that you can die having never got rich, or at least raise the wealth of your nation, which I think is the important part there. There's also data center diplomacy. You pick your partners in a very short space of time over how you're going to do this, and you want to be with frenemies or friends, not enemies, as you do so. What does this mean for the geopolitics of the moment?
Well, first, this isn't just a global South problem. I mean, in the last months, we've seen the Europeans recognize that they don't have these companies, that they've focused more on regulation. They haven't focused as much on growth and industrial policy, and now they're shifting because they see what the Chinese are doing, they see what the Americans are doing. They're saying, oh my God, they're having the same kind of conversations right now that the Indians and the Kenyans are in Europe, right? Because otherwise, they're not going to own it. They're not going to own it. They're not going to make it. They're not going to have it. They're going to be takers, not makers. So this is truly, it's about people that aren't aligned with it. It's about countries that aren't aligned with it and how fast they can actually get there. But I'm less worried about the frenemy issue. And I'm less worried not because the Americans and Chinese are slowing down. They're not. They're speeding up. But the fact is that other countries around the world refuse to have to make significant stochastic choices. Right? They're not saying, I'm going to line up with the United States on everything, or I'm going to line up with China. Mexico maybe has no choice, okay? Cambodia on the China side maybe has no choice. But for most countries out there, when the Chinese are like driving the world-class technological changes in post-carbon energy, and the Americans are driving world-class changes for all of these technology hyperscalers that are in the private sector, other countries in the world know they have to work with both. If the Chinese are your biggest economic trade partner, but the Americans are actually providing you with defense and security, countries know that they need to deal with both. And so the fact that Trump is focusing more on sovereignty and the Chinese leadership is focusing more on, we have to make sure that we have a big market ourselves, we have to invest in it, we need to make sure our economy works, we need to have political stability. Other countries are going to find ways to work with everyone. That will undergird multilateralism, and will also create space for countries like Kenya and India to avoid capture, which is super important. You talk to the Indian and Kenyan leadership, they do not want to return to a pre-independence environment, either in reality or informally, and I don't think they're going to have to.